Thank you for being here. Truly, every one of you who takes a moment to read my stories means more to me than you know. Your support keeps this channel alive. And if this story resonates with you, consider helping me reach 5,000 subscribers. It keeps these real, unfiltered human experiences coming. I should have sensed it long before it happened. Maybe I did. In the tiny fractures that slowly formed across our marriage, her sudden burst of laughter at her phone, the quiet calls behind a closed bedroom door, the faint scent lingering on her that wasn't her perfume. But I chose not to see it. Love has a cruel way of blinding you to the truth. It was a Thursday night. I remember the exact moment. I was sitting in our small living room, the glow of the TV washing over the walls. She was next to me on the couch, scrolling through her phone, her leg gently pressed against mine. I thought she was about to show me a meme, like she always did. "I need to tell you something," she said. Her voice was steady, too steady. I laughed uneasily. "That sounds serious." "Is it?" She looked straight at me, eyes sharp as a blade. "I slept with my boss, and I'd do it again." The words didn't hit all at once. They crashed over me in slow, suffocating waves. My chest tightened. My fingers trembled. I wanted to shout, to throw something, to collapse under the weight of it. Yet all I managed to do was stare, numb and splintering. "You what?" My own voice sounded foreign. "I said it," she repeated, almost with pride. I wasn't happy. I wanted attention. Excitement. He made me feel alive in ways you haven't in years. I don't regret it. The room spun. Memories twisted. Our morning coffees, our late-night laughter, every soft, "I love you," all of it distorted into something false. I wanted to believe she was joking, testing me. Something, but her eyes held no doubt. I shot to my feet, pacing the apartment like an animal trapped in a shrinking cage. "Why?" The word cracked out of me, barely a whisper. "Why him? Why now?" She shrugged like she was talking about the weather. "I'm not happy. You know that. You've been distant. I needed..." She paused, fragile for a heartbeat, then hardened again. I needed to feel something. And I did. With him. I collapsed back onto the couch, clawed at the cushions as though I could anchor myself against the pain. My mind spiraled. All the signs I ignored, the forgotten anniversaries, her sighs when I spoke, the hushed calls that ended the moment I walked in. They weren't coincidences. They were warnings I refused to face. We sat in silence for hours, ghosts filling the space between us. I thought about leaving, screaming, shaking her until some part of her begged forgiveness. But another darker part wanted to understand, wanted the betrayal to make sense. There was no sense, only devastation. She tried to justify it. "It just happened. I was lonely. You've changed. We've changed." Tears burned my eyes, a mixture of grief and fury. "You could have talked to me. Anything but this. You could have left if that's what you wanted." Her reply cut deeper than the confession itself. "I didn't want to leave. Not yet." She wasn't asking for forgiveness. She wasn't sorry. She was simply stating the truth she'd chosen for herself, regardless of the wreckage it created. That night, I walked out, wandering the streets in a haze. Neon lights streaked like smudge paint. Car horns echoed distantly. My body felt detached, moving through a world that no longer fit around me. Every shared moment with her suddenly felt stolen, lived with someone else. In the days that followed, I replayed everything. Every look, every sigh, searching for the exact moment she slipped away. I analyzed her messages, her scent, even the way she breathed in her sleep. I wanted proof, but the truth was clearer than any evidence. She didn't regret it. She wasn't sorry. She craved the thrill. One evening, I confronted her again. She met my eyes, unflinching. "I need you to understand," she said. "I don't love him. I love the excitement, the risk, and maybe I still love you, too, but it's complicated. Life is complicated." Her words weren't comfort. They were a twisted redefinition of reality. I let out a bitter laugh. "Complicated? That's what you call this." She lifted a shoulder. "I'm not perfect. I made choices. You get to make yours." That's when the anger finally found its mark, not at her, but at myself, for refusing the truth, for loving blindly, for allowing myself to be lost in her excuses. For the first time, I saw that the power wasn't hers anymore. It was mine. I've made my choice, I said quietly. Confusion flickered across her face. I don't know if I'll ever forgive you. Maybe I can't. But I know one thing. I won't live in your chaos anymore. Her lips trembled, not with remorse, but with fear. You can't leave, she whispered. I already did, I answered. The days after were silent. She tried reaching out, notes, texts, flowers. But each attempt fell hollow, like echoes of a love she'd already destroyed. I let them sit untouched. Not everything broken can be fixed with apologies. Weeks later, I saw her with him, laughing, touching, sharing the intimacy that once belonged to us. I didn't feel rage. I felt a strange, clean distance, as if watching someone else's life unfold from afar. The pain was still there, but it was muted by clarity. I had survived the betrayal, survived the collapse of the life I thought was unshakable. In the end, it wasn't confrontation or revenge that healed me. It was choosing myself, choosing to walk away from a love that had turned toxic, choosing to face the truth, no matter how raw or ugly, choosing to rebuild a life she could no longer be part of. As I moved forward, carrying the echo of her confession inside me, I understand something now. People will betray you. Some choices will scar you forever. But your dignity, your survival, your self-respect, those belong to you. I never needed closure. I never needed her excuses. I only wanted honesty. And in giving me the brutal truth, she unknowingly gave me something else. Freedom.